Hey, shout out real quick to a couple public figures we lost recently. Louis Anderson and Meatloaf. You know, Louis Anderson was just like a classic staple back in the 80s with stand-up and everything in the 90s. But his coolest stuff was on Baskets, where he played a lady. And it was just great. He did the best work toward the end of his career, actually. So, like, you know how I hear about when celebrities die, because my mom will text it to me. So she texted me, you know, Louis Anderson died. I'm like, shit. I'm sorry for your loss, Mom. I know you liked him a lot. And then I heard that Meatloaf died. And my first thought was, oh, man, I bet Louis Anderson loved Meatloaf. I think Louis Anderson liked Meatloaf. Meatloaf wrote that wonderful song about anal sex. Do you guys remember that? It's back in the day a little bit. Meatloaf wrote that song called I Will Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That. Tell me that's not about anal. Oh yeah, Betty White too, since I was last on the air. She died too. Betty White was hilarious. She was like legendary, right? Yeah, it's always the ones you don't expect, you know? I mean, she was only a century years old. You know, she lived out pretty much her life expectancy, and she did it all with her wits about her and was a true entertainer and comedian until the very end. Respect Betty White. White power. No. I just meant to say I like Betty White. Hey, have you guys heard about woke culture? It's kind of a popular thing right now, and I think you know my stance on it. Like, go back to sleep a little. But there's like celebrities that are standing up against woke culture. They don't think it's good, you know. You know, there's Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, Bill Cosby, Bill Burr. And I was kind of surprised to hear that Bill Cosby was against woke culture. But then I thought about it for a second. And I thought, yeah, Bill Cosby, he probably prefers his culture dead, asleep, and unresponsive. That's why Bill Cosby doesn't like woke culture. He's never had any luck with any wokeness. You know, I can't even eat pudding anymore without thinking about rape. It's got nothing to do with Bill Cosby. It's just that there's something that happened a long time ago that I don't really want to talk about right now. I don't know, maybe on another show. Anyway, hey, have you ever tried a dine and dash on a prostitute? No, me neither. It just like the thought came to my head, man. I don't think you could do it, man. Because like you do a dine and dash like at a Waffle House or something. You got a skinny waiter running after you or whatever. You do your dine and dash, which is eating your meal and then leaving without paying. But I don't think you want to dine and dash a prostitute. I'm not saying this out of personal experience at all. But it would seem that if you did try to pull a dine and dash with a lady of the night, that instead of a skinny waiter chasing you, you might end up with a really big pimp beating the shit out of you. Just thoughts, things that I wonder about. I like to ponder. I find pondering fun. I've mentioned it a couple times already on the show. Since I did the podcast last, I've lost quite a bit of weight. And to prove it, here's a picture of me with porn star Corey Chase, who I ran into at a Chipotle. And I was like, huge fan, jerk off to you all the time. She's like, you want a selfie? I'm like, cool. Check out how fat I was, man. Anyway, you may ask, dude, how'd you lose all that weight? Cocaine mostly. Lots of cocaine. Nah, I'm kidding. I wanted to try starting from the idea of a carnivore diet where I would only eat meat. And I was like, that's a little too hard. So I decided to do meat and vegetables. Everything's kind of fresh, you know? Cut out sugar completely. And think that may be like paleo or something. I'm not sure. I'm between like some kind of paleo and keto thing. Like what I call it is the stuff God left laying on the ground diet. Animals, vegetables, fruit. You eat that stuff, right? So like that, I guess I do the keto diet, which is good because I still get to eat nuts. And it's been going so good that I'm thinking about maybe going on the keto kaolin diet, which is like basically the same, like watch carbs, no carbs. I think you can still eat nuts, but it's basically like the same diet, except you live in a guy's pool house somewhere. Now, kids, keto kaolin was this dude. And you guys ever heard of O.J. Simpson? That double murderer? He killed his wife and a waiter, right? So, like, Kato Kalin was one of the main witnesses on the court TV that they aired there. And he's just like a B-movie actor. And he was, like, living maybe at OJ's pool house or something. Anyway, one of Norm Macdonald's good friends, actually. He was good friends with Norm Macdonald. That's who Kato Kalin was. If you remember the OJ trial, you understood the joke. And to the kids, I'm sorry. I'll try to be more relevant. Hey, how about that Minecraft, man? Yo. Okay, I got a friend who plays this Minecraft. And I've actually never really closely looked at the Minecraft game before. But she showed it to me, right? And it was like this world she created. And I was like, that's cool, man. And then she's like, and let me show you my slaves. I'm like, what the? And then she like moves the character to this shed that's filled with poor slaves, and they're all brown. I mean, it was hilarious. But I told her, hey, slavery is not cool. And hopefully I enlightened her.
Queremos.